portion of the curve, the one that's least affected by the monetary authorities and still has the most signaling potential, start to rise into what is a fairly seasonally strong portion of the year, we would expect to see some of the more economically sensitive cyclical areas of the market begin to see a more durable form of rotation take hold. But as of right now, the cross-asset landscape isn't giving that signaling. In fact, it's saying quite the opposite. While those cyclical stocks were moving on Friday, you actually saw a pretty pronounced drawdown in the commodity space, specifically copper. You saw a tip-oriented break-even inflation rates move over. So effectively, the market was driving the denominator of the trade. The underweights versus technology were moving higher because tech was getting sold versus the macro economy giving you a better signal.
Chris, do you think the market, it amazes me, coming into this session, the S&P was about 1% off its February 19th peak. Do you think this market is headed for its day of reckoning this month because of what's happening down in D.C.?
No, Brian, I actually think it's quite unlikely that the day of reckoning is a near-term event, if at all. I think when you look at the disruptions we've seen within the well-owned growth technology areas of the markets, the large bodies that move directionally the overall S&P one way or the other, the S&P has held in surprisingly well in the face of that volatility, which really started in the middle of July. I think, if anything, we would expect to see those large gravitational bodies within growth and technology begin to find a footing here and move higher, which will ultimately pull, through the benefit of capitalization weighting, the broader indices higher. I would be surprised if we don't see new all-time highs in the S&P from here. How high that goes from there will be a function of trend and momentum during the moment. But given where the big bodies sit, it's very difficult to see a pronounced drawdown.
Yeah, we're less than 1% away from that new high you speak of, Chris, in the S&P 500. Want to get over to Jared Blickery, because Jared, news broke yesterday, and now Amazon is moving on it, that Amazon is in talks with Simon Property, which owns a bunch of malls across the country, to turn some JCPenney and Sears locations that are going to be going under, that are going to be closing, into fulfillment centers. Kind of ironic, right? I mean, Amazon was always sort of seen as the killer of the malls, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you could say the cycle is complete right now. They have to do something with that space. And it doesn't seem to me that this would be ideal, because it's not going to bring in additional foot traffic to the mall. Not very much, but you got to put something in there. So this is going to be about through 74 stores nationwide in both Penny and Sears. And yeah, we'll see how it works out. It's Amazon's coming to everybody's mall.
All right. Chris, what do you think about that move by Amazon? Does it make sense to you? It looks like, Amazon just continues to have world domination here.
Listen, I think not even specific to Amazon. I think just in general, the corporate landscape, bigger is really taking the economies of scale dynamic to a whole new level. And so I think that it makes sense to see large entities begin to take bigger toeholds within the businesses that they traffic, or the ancillary businesses in which their end consumers reside. So I think it just fits this broader theme of concentration, one that's benefiting capitalization weighted indices and benefiting sort of the efficiencies that come from those economies of scale. I don't think that's a trend that's going to dissipate.
All right, Chris Pollard over at Cowen, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, guys.
And coming up next, we're going to hear from the CEO of Levi's about the future of denim. That's coming up next.
Anything your wild child does, Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit can too. With a stretchy waistband and adaptive 360 Fit, so they can move the way they were born to. Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit.
Connor loves the planet. He follows Tesla stock, Willie Nelson, and the San Francisco Giants.
They have solar panels in their ballpark.
Pick what you like, and the Yahoo Video channel makes a personalized reel from the topics you follow just for you. Channel yourself with the Yahoo Video channel.
The Yahoo Finance All Market